In this video, we're going to teach you how to make your first attempts at planing. Planing is where the board goes from displacing water to sitting on top of it and skipping over the surface. It's just as fun as it sounds. Once you have mastered riding back and forth, turning around, and can return to your original starting point in light winds, you are ready to try planing in stronger wind conditions. In stronger wind conditions, you should start by removing the center fin and insert the blanking plate. Without the center fin, you will find it much harder to stay upwind, but stronger wind conditions, combined with the center fin, can quickly make the board uncontrollable as you start to move faster and faster. Getting going in stronger winds is exactly as it was in light winds. Slowly lift the sail out of the water, keeping your knees bent and your arms extended. As you start to apply power, you will find that the pull from the sail is going to be much stronger. To balance this, you'll need to move your feet further back in the board and more towards the windward side. Use the yellow markers on the board as your guide. The faster you go, the more you will need to move back and outward. Your body position is also going to change. Rather than being upright like you are in light winds, you're going to need to drop your hips more in the stronger winds in order to hang off the power of the sail. For your first attempts at planing, you won't need to use a harness. To make your first planing attempts, steer the board slightly downwind. Steering in stronger winds is done with your body position and foot pressure rather than the sail. To steer downwind, push through your front foot and your toes as you drop your hips low, hanging off the boom. You're going to start to feel the board accelerate as the pressure in the sail increases. Once the board starts to glide over the top of the water, you will have achieved planing. To reduce speed or gain more control, you want to go more upwind. To do that, you're going to dig your heels into the side of the board, lean slightly forwards with your body, and rake the sail to the back of the board. When practicing planing for the first time, you're going to notice that you're going to be going downwind a lot. So for your own safety, make sure that it's possible for you to walk back upwind. Tacking in these stronger wind conditions can also be much more challenging since the water state becomes choppier and the board becomes much less stable. So if you're finding that stepping around the board is difficult, try your best to steer the board into the wind and then fall backwards, taking the sail with you. When you climb back onto the board, the sail will already be on the new side, and starting back in the other direction will be much easier. So let's remember the key elements. To make the board accelerate, point it slightly more downwind using pressure through your front foot and drop your body weight lower to balance the power. The faster you go, the more you will need to move your feet further back on the board and to the outside. Good luck and happy sailing!